Okay, this is very unusual here. I know I'm using an encrypted browser. However, I'm watching something show up in here when I hit the refresh. And again, I think they're mirroring this site. Expedia is mirroring this site. This shouldn't be here, by the way. This is in its own iframe right here, HTML. But this is the part they're hacking me from. Now, that is interesting because I never put that there on the front page. And this is the front page of Hotels.viajes. But watch right, do you see that? There's something right there. Watch this again. I'm going to hit refresh. And there's a website. Yeah. This thing has been mirrored. And you may think you're on Hotels.viajes, but I see a header right here. It said about Expedia. They're still stealing from my website, I allege. Watch this again. So, and this is very unusual because Expedia shouldn't be asking whether or not I'm a human on my own site. Maybe their booking engine is trying to do that, but that is unusual right there. So this is evidence, in my opinion, that Expedia has taken over my site. I'm going to do it one more time. See if it can. You take it out of its frame. Let's just put it in a regular size. And now let's do it, because when you expand a website further than what it's supposed to be expanded, it changes the format. Let's watch it again. Yeah. Underneath here is an Expedia site. They've overtaken this site, which they've been doing every day since the day I launched it a year and a half ago. Okay, my name is Sean Chalfin, and I want to show how I allege Expedia and their hackers, Chris Ishmael and Ross Weber of ClickTripZ and Tiki.com, I allege are hacking me. And so here is the, I believe, the Safari browser. This is the Safari browser. And here is Hotels.viajes, my website. And there is nothing here that you could see that's evident in my website getting hacked. Now, I'm not receiving any hits. And Commission Junction, parent company Conversant, they're the ones that provide me with this Expedia booking engine. Now, I've been complaining to CJ.com, Commission Junction, for over a year that I believe that I'm getting hits here, lots of them, on Hotels.viajes, and I'm not getting paid. And Expedia and their hackers have completely taken me out of the deal here. Now, again, you cannot see this on the Safari browser. Now, these apps right here, or these booking engines, they're provided by Travel Payouts, and Chris Ishmael and Ross Weber use this, and they have been able to break in to both this and this through the having access to the HTML. They're getting in through the Expedia app that Commission Junction is providing me. And they provide this to me with an email from Expedia@cj.com. Now, This, again, is Safari. You can't see anything wrong with this. I'm going to hit refresh. It pops up. You just can't, there's nothing wrong with this. So it looks. So I'm going to just reduce this, and I'm going to show you Google's browser. Again, Google Chrome. Again, you can't see anything wrong with this. Google Chrome. Now, this is a very secure encrypted browser, and we're starting to see that this encrypted browser doesn't like what's going on right here in the travel payouts. I'm going to hit refresh. I don't think anything happens here with refresh other than the trackers, I believe. It's saying there's 12 trackers blocked. Well, I don't have trackers other than Google Analytics in my website. So there are 12 trackers installed that are stealing, redirecting, monitoring this website. Now, you probably can figure out what browser that is, but I don't want to disclose. However, it is a unique browser, and it's rated high. So I'm going to close this out. Now I'm going to show how Expedia has been caught. Again, look at the way this app should look. Again, that's, by the way, that was Safari, and the Expedia app looks like this. This is Chrome, and the Expedia app looks the same. So now I'm going to show you probably the most secure and reputable browser on the web. Now, again, look at what's going on here. This is Chrome. That's the way that should look. But here you're seeing that this booking engine here is actually really Expedia's website. Now, I know you're going to say that, hey, this isn't, but watch what this does here. I'm going to reset this. And it won't even take it now. This Tor browser is sniffing out something going on right here. And this add your property was down here earlier. Here we go. I hit the refresh on this Tor browser, and it doesn't like this booking engine because it says it's hacked. Now, watch this. They're redirecting me. Now, watch this. I'm going to open up another window in the Tor browser, and we're just going to type in Expedia.com and see if their booking engine shows up, because their booking engine isn't hacked. You see this? Again, this is what their booking engine looks like. Look at the warnings that are coming up here. This is an attack by Expedia. I just lost it. And my traffic and my commission is getting stolen. That could be an account number. But this is very interesting information. So I know what's happening here. What's happening is earlier, this screenshot that I took, you see this trvl-px.com? This, I believe, is a Ross Weber, I allege, because it's registered in the same place tiki.com is, and I think in downtown Seattle. And this is the, I believe they put this in the header, and this is domain shadowing. This is the link that is domain shadowing my hotels.viajes. So I think it's really interesting that I have been complaining about this link, which I believe is Ross Weber, and it is directly the umbilical cord that is stealing from me. So I've caught these guys. The Tor browser caught these guys. I can't get that damn thing off there. There it is. So again, I want to pull up the Tor browser here and hit refresh. See, Expedia doesn't have the Tor doesn't give Expedia a hard time. But it gives my website a hard time. And, oh my gosh, look at what just happened here. Oh. You see that earlier? It was the Expedia. There's just too much stuff going on. You saw the Expedia engine, and now you see it, now you don't. That's what's going on here. But at least I have it on video where it changed. You just saw it change. And that is on video. So you just saw a significant change in the way that browser looked. It went from what it looks like on Expedia's site to the way it should look like. Back to, okay, I have just noticed something, again, fascinating. I have been complaining for the last 3 days that Darren Ruse has not taken my complaints at GoDaddy seriously. He brushes them under the rug. I told him, Darren Ruse, by the way, is my GoDaddy Premier Services rep, and mentioned to him that hotels.viajes could not be Googled, nor could my friend's website be Googled, hotels or Hot.viajes. Now you can pull up Hot.viajes if you just do the URL right here. Hot.viajes, there's Expedia right there. Now, what's unique about what I'm sharing in this video, you couldn't Google Hot.viajes. You couldn't Google it for over a year because this website right here, this link, was overtaking it. This is domain hijacking. Now, they have been correcting themselves after I spoke with Darren. My website, by the way, now you can Now you could have. There you can on the second page now. You never could do this. Nor could you, for 2 years, Google hotels.viajes until I spoke with Darren Ruse. Now you're seeing this. I have video after video and complaint after complaint to the FBI saying that this couldn't be. They're stealing the search. But now after I complain and show Darren Ruse that what I'm showing you guys right now, that I believe Expedia is hijacking domains, you're starting to see the search because these GTLDs are powerful. Now let's go back to Hot.viajes, and I want to show you what else is going on here with Hot.viajes. Here's Hot.viajes, which is a website that they are attacking. It's right here. Hot.viajes. This is my friend's website. He is a witness in this entire thing. He knows Expedia is hacking us as well. I allege. They're getting in through this app right here. But I also allege that Expedia is hijacking other GTLDs. For example, this is how you find it right here if you want to go right to the source. You go to this number that they're using for the word hot. This is the word hot according to Expedia. I allege. So we're just going to do that. Cut and copy the number plus viajes. Search it. And we're going to find that's the Hot.viajes. So there it is. But it also is guide. There it is in the guide. There, now we have travel. Now we know that, hey, .travel is a new GTLD. There's the word hot. Let's look for this and see if it's an actual website or a landing page. Because I allege Expedia is hijacking landing pages, established domains. So let's Google hot.guide. And there it is. Now let's Google hot.travel. And there it is. These are landing pages that I allege Expedia is hacking. They're not stealing the domain. By the way, this domain is at Darren Ruse's workplace, GoDaddy. And where was hot.travel? It must be a Russian company. But, by the way, I allege that Expedia is stealing the credentials of hot.travel. This is one example. And that's why .guide, and you're seeing a bunch of .guides go out of business that you can't afford to renew them because they're allegedly stealing. This is what they're doing to me. Vivo.viajes. This is my website right here. Vivo, what I suspect is Vivo.guide, but Vivo.guide ran out of money. Their website is down. Vivo.viajes would be my website, and all you have to do is just cut, paste this, and you'll see that Expedia, we're going to Google this. This is their code word for Vivo, their marker, and there is Vivo.guide. There's Vivo.viajes. Vivo.guide. Now, Vivo.guide ran out of cash. Their website is down, but my website, Vivo.viajes, doesn't pull. Now, I want to show you what I believe is to be Vivo.travel. And Vivo.travel is right here. I mean, it's as clear as day, Vivo.travel. And they're using that word. Vivo Travel. They're trying to capture that traffic. Beer.viajes, my domain. Right there. Beer.viajes. You'll never be able to pull it. But you can with Expedia. It's right here. They have stolen, hijacked, I allege, hijacked my domain, beer.viajes. And so let's look at this marker and see what they're calling beer. Beer.viajes. That word. So is there a beer.travel? Maybe so. Right there it is. Let's just Google this. Well, that's the same marker. You're going to get the same thing. So beer.travel and .car is an extension, but I don't know if there's one there for that. Maybe at one point. So let's see if there is a beer.travel. Beer.travel. And it's just, it's kind of a basic landing page. And it has an XML RPC right there. Redirect link. So beer.travel is a landing page, and beer.viajes. So let's see if we can Google beer.travel. It does not pull. It does not pull. I believe that this domain is hijacked. Just like my domain, beer.travel. Remember, they should pull, or beer.viajes. There's my domain, Paris.viajes. Beer.viajes should do this. It doesn't. What does do that is Expedia. Beer.viajes, in my opinion, has been hacked. Beer.travel pulled, I thought. Oh, up here it did. And I think it did down there. But if you just Google the word beer travel, you'll never find it. You'll never find it. Because Expedia has stolen the SEO. here is Vegas.viajes. Now, there's my site. That's what it's supposed to do. Beer.viajes did not do that. But when you go down here, you start seeing Expedia's marker. And their marker got this backwards. There's Vegas.travel if there's one. So let's just do that marker the other way. .viajes. There it is in destinations. There it is in guide. And there it is in viajes. So they don't even call it beer because their algorithm. Oh no, this is a Vegas.viajes. So there's Vegas.viajes. Now let's see if it comes in guide or travel. And we know we have it in Afterneck. So beer.guide, which is just a great domain. There it is, and it's a uniregistry. And Uniregistry had 795 of my domains, and they did this to them. I allege they did all of this. They encrypted them right in, not encrypted, but this little algorithm, they put it right into Expedia's site and got all the commission for those for almost a year. Vegas.viajes. Now, let's see if there's a beer.travel. I know we got the beer guide. And there's beer travel. So those three websites are getting attacked by what I allege Expedia. So now let's do 3 or 4 more. Maui.viajes is my website. Maui.viajes is right there. We are going to get the marker here. .guide. I never find anything on the second page, but on the third page sometimes. So Maui, we just have Maui guide, and let's just see if there's a Maui guide and a Maui travel, but we do want to get that marker just to show that Maui.viajes, my domain, is right here. And I want to show that Expedia is calling this the Maui marker. Right there it is. That's the .guide, and there's my domain. So let's see if there is a Maui.viajes, which is my domain. You can't discover, it's buried right here. Maui, we already proved that. So Maui.viajes is my Afterneck domain, once pointed at hotels.viajes. And then let's see if there is a Maui guide. There it is. It's parked. So now you see that, and it's a uniregistry domain. So again, Frank Schilling took 795 of my domains, and he did this to him. He never paid me a dime. So now This is crazy. This is called domain hijacking. Now let's move on. Let's move on to Nice.viajes. That's my domain. Was once pointed at hotels.viajes. So, Nice.viajes is right here. Look what pulls up. Expedia. They're hijacking my domain. There is a guide. Let's see if there's a .travel. Guide. That's .guide. So, Nice guide if you put it in the URL, there it is. Let's just look for that. There it is. Nice guide. But it would never get discovered if you were just being a normal person and putting in, but algorithms know that that's a new URL. So let's just go up here and see if nice.guide is there. And it is a domain that is, I know, is parked at GoDaddy. And this is a very cool landing page. Very cool. So this landing page, unless you type, now here's my, we're going to look up my domain, Toronto.viajes. It goes right to Afterneck. Now this domain was originally purchased by me, and then it was removed from my account, and I repurchased it. But Toronto.viajes. There's Toronto, what I believe to be Toronto.guide. This is the marker for Toronto.guide. And my website is right here. Now, let's look and see if there is a Toronto.guide. And there it is. There's the URL. But you'll never find this URL when you Google Toronto guide. They've buried it. Expedia, I allege, has buried. Now, by the way, TripAdvisor used to be owned by Expedia, and they kind of have some of the same similar things going on with an HTML, which I have noticed multiple times. However, I'm not here to complain about TripAdvisor right now. So, you'll never find Toronto guide. It's been deep sixed. So, looking up Toronto.viajes, which is my website, you see what I believe is Toronto guide. Now they switch it off to travel because I don't think there is a .travel. There could be, but we'll check. So let's see if there's a .travel. Let's just check on that. And now I don't see a .travel, but let's just, there is Toronto guide right there from Kayak, which is fascinating because that is exactly what Expedia is doing. I wonder if they did this to me. I wonder if we're going to see Kayak.viajes. Let's just look at that for a second and get back to that's Toronto guide. This domain could be hijacked too. by yours truly, Tom Parker. Kayak. You know, Kayak and Momondo are together, and they're using the same marker. Now, I haven't seen Momondo. I know Momondo pulls, but I haven't seen Momondo take care of my viajes. But we're going back to viajes. And we didn't see a travel. So we know there's a travel or viajes Toronto. There's Toronto.viajes, my website. Let's see if there's a Toronto.guide. And yes, there is. And Toronto.guide, we don't know who that's owned by. But Toronto.guide is hacked. They are stealing the credentials of this domain. And it's possible both Kayak and Expedia are. Let's see if there's a Toronto travel, because that one didn't even pull. Possibly at one time. But that is Toronto.guide. So, and it's interesting that this is the same type of setup. Yeah. So, Toronto, I only want to do a couple more and we'll be done. Sydney.viajes, my domain. Right there, Expedia. Stealing the search. Hijacking the domain. Now, let's click on that so we can get the marker. And all I want is the marker. And I'm just going to get a little adventuresome here, just typing in the marker and see what happens. Sydney, Expedia, right here, Sydney.travel. So there's probably a Sydney.travel. We're just going to Google Sydney travel. Come on. Of course, you're never going to find that, ever. But if we put it together, maybe there's not a Sydney travel. Wouldn't you like to have that domain? Unless it was getting stolen from. But Sydney.travel maybe was a website at one point. There's Sydney.guide. Sydney.guide, it's a landing page. Sydney.guide was right here. Sydney.viajes is my site, and it's right here. Sydney.guide would never get found because Expedia, I allege, has hijacked the search. And then the last one I want to do is a website that I have, wedding.viajes. There's my site. We Googled it. But if you Google it, this comes up. Wedding. The number Expedia has given .viajes. Remember, the way it should, and this is what just started happening, is hotels.viajes is my site. Right here. This is exactly what should be happening. But when you Google wedding.viajes, my site, look what happens. You get Expedia. And their marker for this word wedding is right here. Same. 178.751.guide.viajes. So that to me says there's a .guide, or at least one was there once, and the guy ran out of money. This guy's taking it on the chin just like me. So my site is wedding.viajes right here. And his site is wedding.guide. There it is. So this poor soul, wedding.guide, and me, we're in it together. We're never going to get discovered because Expedia is stealing the SEO. Now, of course, somebody puts it here with that period. You're going to find it. If somebody puts wedding.guide, hopefully, there it is, right there. But wedding guide, even it's in here somewhere for Expedia, you'll never find it. You'll never find it because Expedia has killed the search, I allege. Okay, let's do one of my favorite words is Oaxaca. Oaxaca.viajes is my domain, but it doesn't pull. It does not pull. It should pull, but it's been buried by Expedia. In fact, it's been buried so bad that it's right here on the third page. So there's Oaxaca.viajes, and we see Oaxaca guide. So let's Google this marker, what I believe is the word Oaxaca in Expedia's world. We're just going to put that in here and type in a period and see what happens. It's probably too close, not enough digits. So here is my domain, Oaxaca.viajes, right here. And then there's Oaxaca.guide. And let's just see if there is such a thing, Oaxaca. Oaxaca. Oh my gosh, I'm having a hard time. There it is. Oaxaca. I can't see anything. Oaxaca.guide doesn't even pull. And let's just see if there's a Oaxaca travel. And yes, there is a link for Oaxaca travel, but Oaxaca travel could never be discovered because I allege Oaxaca.travel is hacked, taken over. I just thought I saw something out of the corner of my eye. .viajes. 1 second. There's Oaxaca.guide. And I thought I saw Kayak Oaxaca. There's my domain, Oaxaca.viajes. I just see there. right there. Kayak. Now, I know Kayak is attacking me. And I haven't seen very much of this with my domains, but I've seen it here. And I see it there. Right here and right there. Kayak.com. Oaxaca. So that $24.94. $24.94. Did I read that right? We'll just do it that way. What the hell was that? Oh. So this is what I allege is Kayak's marker for Oaxaca.guide. Is it possible they're doing the same thing? Of course, Bamando and Kayak own each other. This is just too fascinating, and it's not coincidental. So, again, Oaxaca.guide will never be found. Is there a Oaxaca.guide or .travel website? We know there's a Oaxaca. So at one point there was. And so Oaxaca.travel is right here. There's a link for it right here. However, you'll never find it this way because I allege it's hacked. Okay, I have Googled Jalisco.travel, and there it is. And again, I allege that Expedia, is possibly hijacking park domains. And so this is Jalisco.travel. This is Jalisco.viajes, which you can't even Google it right here. It should pop right here. There's Jalisco.guide, which this should be .guide. But again, Jalisco.viajes is my website, and it goes to Afterneck. But Jalisco.travel right here goes to its own landing page. So let's Google Jalisco.travel, and there's its landing page. I'm just showing you again. But on page 2, there's Jalisco Travel. So what that tells me is that when you type in Jalisco Travel, it's never going to be discovered because Expedia has it deep sixed, my opinion, only my opinion, and they've deep sixed this one entirely, Hotels.viajes. You can't find it. You can find it in Expedia's URL, wherever it is. I just found it earlier. I don't know where it is now. But you can't discover it. Okay, this is my website, Vegas.baby, right here. it pulls when you type it in. Type in the exact URL. However, I do believe my travel sites, Hotels.viajes, and a bunch of them are big, but this one is a big one. What is pulling a lot of times is this Vegas.baby casino. Excuse me, sorry. Now, the reason I picked that one out is because Vegas.baby /casino is a page in my site. And when you Google this page in my site, this Vegas.baby casino has hijacked that page. If I take this and put it right up here in the URL, you get my site right here. But what these guys have done has hijacked that page in the search algorithm. And I believe this is Ross Weber. It's out of they're based in, this website right here is based in the UK. However, Expedia and all these, I've been getting hacked from the UK. So this page, when you Google it, goes to this casino site. That's not my site. It's an online casino. I wish that were my site. When you Google the page, it's my site. Now you see it, now you don't. I took off my booking engine because I allege Expedia has been hacking it. So, there's Vegas.baby. It's been hijacked.